All right, my e-commerce friends, how's it going? Welcome to another YouTube video. In this one, as you saw by the title, we're going to be talking about how to scale and make millions with e-commerce, with your brands in 2025. I'll share with you what has helped me scale some of my clients from 700K per month to 3.3 million per month, 40K per month, as you see right here, all the way up to 700K per month, and same here from 70 to 80K all the way up to almost 300K and then 300K here. If you don't know me, just for the sake of proof, and then we go straight into the video. My name is Manuel Gomez. I've spent quite a lot of money. So in the last couple of years, I spent 9 million for my clients, made back almost 32 million just with Facebook ads. You see 2023 to 2024. This is only for 3 brands, so quite a lot of ad spend concentrated in just a few brands. And I don't know, a few more things. 67K in ad spend in Black Friday, so just in one day, spent 67K. So quite a lot. And what I want to break down for you in this, let's go down below, in this quick video is going to be how to scale and make millions in 2025 with e-commerce. And basically, to give you context, I recorded the full video and it was almost 1 hour yesterday and I lost it. Mistakes that I made. No problem. And I'm re-recording it, but we're going to do something. I'm going to do part 1. And in part 1, we're going to do everything that has helped me scale so much over the last 8 years, but specifically since, let's say, 2022, to make it more relevant. But part 1 is going to be Facebook ads specific, and we're going to break down angle structure, manual overbidding, and day trading. And then in part 2, which is going to be a video that I release, I think tomorrow, you're going to have it in my channel, so you can go watch that one after this one. We're going to talk about things that are outside of Facebook ads that will contribute massively to your scaling. So creative content loop, flash campaigns, and cold traffic funnels. I'll give you examples. I'll give you my strategy on each and every one of these points. And I will also tell you 1 to 10, how important do I think each one of these points is in 2025? So after the video, you'll have my thoughts as to which one to prioritize right now as of April of 2025, going into summer, and before you run any summer sales flash sale, you're gonna have basically a prioritization strategy on it. So yeah, let's get straight into it. We're gonna start with specifically what not to do, just to give clarity into why each one of these points is important. So what not to do in 2025, super simple. First point is testing audiences. Basically, this is irrelevant in 2025 because every time you try to test interests, test lookalikes against broad and stuff like this, automatic expansion of your audiences, that's what Facebook's going to do. So basically, you can tell Facebook, target people that love football. And Facebook's going to be like, okay, fine, I'll target people that do football. But also I will expand automatically your audience to see if I can find people that not necessarily are interested in football, but could buy your product. And so the moment they do that, it is irrelevant that you have 3 purchases in football ad set, and in the broad ad set, you have 0 purchases, and you have the conclusion of football is my winning audience. No, it's not. There's no point the moment they do automatic expansions. So don't do it. The other mistake is expecting linear budget growth. And what I mean by this is your budget will do this. If you want to scale, your budget's going to be like, go up a little bit, go down a little bit, go up a little bit, go down a little bit, go up, so the trend is upwards, but it's not flat. It's not linear. It's not going to be like one day I spend 200, next day 260, next day 310, then I go to 400. From 400, I go to 460, then I'm at 600. It's not going to be like this. It's going to be more like 200, 300, back to 250, from 250 up to 350, then I go to 600, and at 600, I've got to go back to 400. It's going to be like that. So that's a usual mistake. Then add creative inconsistency. In 2025, you have to have a creative loop. Many people talk about the best creative format, the best winning video, and that's cool, and you can use that, or you can go to the ads library and copy your competitor, and that's also cool. But at the end of the day, you have to have a system that allows you to produce new hypotheses, so completely new ad creatives, and reiterations of your past winning ad creatives where you're spending money testing, and loop that into having consistent creatives coming in, and that's basically a loop or a pipeline that's constantly pushing new ads. Then not participating in flash campaigns. Depending on the niche, you are forced to do flash campaigns, and there's a good way to do this and a bad way. The other one is sending all traffic to product page or collection page. You want to use funnels for cold traffic, and we will talk about this, but at a certain point at scale, unless you're in fashion, you need this. And then the other one is manual bidding. So do not have 100% of your budget in automatic bidding. So you want to include manual bidding in your scaling strategy 100%. Okay? So this being said, let's go into the specifics of Facebook ads for this video, which is going to be, again, angle structure, manual overbidding, and day trading. It's going to be interesting. So these are the 3 points. You'll see that I have a bunch of examples. Before I do so, I already introduced myself, but who's this guy and why does he have the authority to tell me what's working in 2025, and etc. I showed you my numbers before. I showed a lot of screenshots in every single video, but just for you to know, if you don't know me, if you know me, welcome back into the channel. My pleasure to have you here. Yeah, spent 25 million on ads over the last 8 years, specifically working a lot in e-commerce. Like, I only do e-commerce. I run ads for a few clients and I coach a lot of people. That's myself in the Meta headquarters. They usually invite me to private events for new releases. Like on the left, you can see when they released at the Advantage Plus shopping campaigns, and they were talking about the Advantage Plus package, so audience, creative, etc. This is ad spend. This is ad spend on February. Like, the thing is, I'm actively on the trenches. So you will see many coaches that are not intensively right now spending money on Facebook ads, and they're talking about Facebook ads, and you see the screenshots that they have, and the screenshots are from the ads manager in 2020. You want to look at somebody and check videos and tutorials that are focused on what's working in 2025. So yeah, I'm actively in the trenches, currently more or less spending 300 to 400K per month. Yeah. International speaker. I spoke at Affiliate World, masterminds in Dubai and a lot of places, just talking about Facebook ads and scaling. And I'm like actively coaching 50 plus media buyers, marketing agencies, e-commerce brands, dropshippers, cash on delivery, kind of everybody that wants to scale on Facebook ads, actively coaching these people on a monthly basis. And that means that I have a lot of input and references to what works, not just my personal case. I did put everything together into a program. That's super cool. I also give in-company trainings to 9-figure corporations, 8-figure corporations, go to their offices, train their team. It's super cool. And yeah, inside of my program, we do masterminds. For example, this was on Black Friday. Coolest thing that I've ever done. It was amazing, and the case studies are just also amazing. They're not here, but it was super cool. Now let's go into Facebook ads and the different things that allowed me in the last few years and that I'm still using to scale so much. Let's go into it. Angle structure. Let's go through the first thing. So angle structure, basically the point here is you want to test angles and formats, not audiences. And I have a 40-minute testing video on like my testing strategy on Facebook ads in 2025. I would highly recommend you go watch that after you watch part 2 of this video, which I release tomorrow. Basically, what is a sales angle? The sales angle is the way that you position the offer to connect with something about your customer, meaning offer positioning to connect with desire, pain, the belief system that your client has, etc., and basically persuade people into buying. So make it relevant for them. But you have to figure out what is relevant for them. You cannot just research your way into ROAS. You have an example here where you see this brand, AG1, something like this. They're testing angles. The image is the same in all cases, and there they do like boost your digestion, help manage stress, feel more energized. Couple of things here to mention, and this is relevant because each angle, first of all, is going to target different audiences, and Facebook ads is all about relevancy. Now, when we see this part right here, which is the Facebook algorithm basically summarized in the auction formula, you will see that relevancy is one of the most important things into winning auctions. So you want to be relevant, and then to give you an example, at low scale, you want to be relevant to your best cold audience. To give you an example, if you sell a sleep supplement, you don't know if the best cold audience is going to be busy moms that struggle to sleep, or students that cannot sleep, or super stressed businessmen that work a corporate job, whatever, or athletes. You don't know. And also you don't know what result they want to get from deep sleep. So these are things that are relevant, and you want to figure out with testing. You don't want to figure out if the interest beauty is better than broad targeting, because it doesn't really matter, and you cannot test it actually. And at high scale, you want to be relevant to multiple audiences. It could be 3 audiences. So I'm targeting with one of my ad creative types. I'm targeting busy women, moms. I'm targeting businessmen. I'm targeting young people. I'm targeting older people. This is going to be done through angles. And now, to give you an example, imagine you go into testing in 1 ad per ad set, okay? And you get this result, and this result. And the conclusion is that after spending $75, I see that stress, which is the headline, is the only difference in between these 3 ads. Stress is what people want to click. So that's what a cold audience is interested on. Interesting. So now after that, you would do this thing right here, angle development. And now this could be, so the basis of it is stress. But why are people stressed? It could be stressed because you would do, like, for example, busy mom, as I said. And to these people, you're going to talk in a specific way. And then you will do business men, and you're going to speak differently to this audience. So you might even realize that busy moms react super well to video, and businessmen react super well to images. So that's already a format development. Then here you could be like, a busy mom has what? No time. And a businessman wants something, for example, I don't know, it's similar, but you'll speak to them differently. Busy mom has no time, and businessman wants, I don't know, simplicity. So that would be an angle development, and we will see more when we go into this, and I will explain all of this and how this is developed into another image and then into video in part 2 of the video. Go watch that, highly recommend it. But yeah, the very first thing, just have this conclusion: test angles and formats, not audiences. Okay. Now let's go into manual overbidding and why this is relevant, because it looks like a super specific strategy, but it's way more relevant than we think. So this is historically my best ever Facebook ads campaign that I've ever run, created, and managed. The best one. I spent $500,000 on this ad. ROAS was 3.72, and we made, or I generated this 2 million for one of my clients just from one campaign. Okay. And what you can see here, we've got what? A CBO, cool, with a cost cap 150, which is what? Manual overbidding. So this is one thing. Now, from a member of my coaching, I got this message, because we talked a lot about CPM in the group coachings that we do, because everybody's interested in minimizing CPM. And he went from $71 to $47 Mexican just with the cost cap strategy that I gave him. And it was a struggle. Now it's solved. Phenomenal. Time to scale. So this is relevant, and for you to understand this manual overbidding thing and why it makes sense, you first have to understand the Facebook ad auction. You know, it's important to understand the algorithm, yes, but the algorithm is fundamentally based on this formula. So put effort into understanding this formula, not into figuring out the algorithm and the fact that the algorithm loves if you put somebody smiling in the image. That's nice, but we want to understand how to win auctions. Because if you win a lot of auctions, Facebook ad auction, and basically you want to have a high total value, and if you have a high total value, you're going to win a lot of auctions, which means better quality traffic, lower CPMs, etc. So everything gets better. So we need to know how to maximize our total value. I've got a video where I talk about this part and this part. And today we focus on this one, okay? But if you haven't watched my Facebook algorithm video, I'd highly recommend you watch it. Just save it to watch it for another day. With this one, today is enough. But now that you're here, go into my channel later and just save the link and watch the algorithm video that I made a few weeks ago, where I explained the whole thing. But basically, ad quality is how relevant your ad is to a specific audience. Then what is the CTR that you're getting in the ad? Then what is the engagement that you're getting in the ad? Have you seen in the metrics on the Ads Manager in the columns that you have engagement ranking, conversion ranking, and quality ranking? It's about being relevant to your specific ad. And that's the reason why testing angles is super important. CTR, more things. I think there's, I don't know if bounce rate on the website. I don't know if bounce rate is more in the estimated action rate or in the ad quality. But anyways, bounce rate is also something that you have to look into. And estimated action rate is going to be account history. And then it's also going to be learning phase and bounce rate. And it's basically the likelihood of people seeing your ad and actually buying. But anyways, let's imagine that ad quality and estimated action rate is something that you have managed and it's already high. Now, if you want to have a super high total value, we've got another point, which is the bid. And my question to you right now is, what's better to put in order to maximize the total value? Is it better to put automatic bidding or to put overbidding? It's more risky, but if we want to maximize this number right here, overbidding is better. It makes sense. And if we put a super high bid, we might get lower CPMs, and we might also, luckily, you might be able to spend $500,000 in one CBO or even more. I mean, you can do it 10 times better than me. But yeah, it's pretty important. I forgot to rank 1 to 10, these ones. Angle structure, honestly, I would say 10 out of 10. Like, what else do you want to test? And manual overbidding, I'd say 7 out of 10 if you do the other things the right way. So I know a lot of people that have spent millions without manual bidding, completely fine. But nowadays, I don't know a lot of people that are crazy successful without knowing how to sell to cold traffic with different messages. It's even if they don't call it angle, they might call it messaging, or they might call it, I just changed the hooks. Okay, but that's going to be targeting different audiences already. And last point on this, day trading. So what is this? Day trading. We're going to become stock traders in here? Well, more or less. And it's something that I love, because you feel like a day trader. At the same time, you feel like an artist with the creatives and the copywriting and the stuff. And that's the reason why I love Facebook ads so much. It's the perfect combination in between the artist and the trader. Facebook ads. Love it. So, what is day trading? Long story short, this is Black Friday 24 for one of my clients. On the previous Black Friday, on these 24 hours, they made I think 170K or 146K. I don't know. But we basically went from 146K in 2023. And then this year they made 466K, 2024. So there was massive growth here. And my client has done a lot of things right. Like a lot of followers on Instagram, super product market fit, huge team, etc. And I've contributed quite a lot with Facebook ads to push into these numbers. And I'll tell you how I did it on Black Friday. And then we're gonna move this into evergreen strategies. So basically to use this intraday trading stuff into evergreen and how you can use that. So what did I realize on Black Friday of 2021? I realized the market was moving in waves. So there were some patterns that I could follow. We're gonna see it here super clearly. So this down below right here, this is Shopify sales per hour, and this is Facebook ad spend per hour. If you go here on Shopify, you can see that at 7 a.m. we're making 8K per hour. At 8 a.m. we're making 7.9K per hour, 8K. Okay, so this is the start of Black Friday. And then as the day evolves, you can see at 7 p.m. we made 39K in 1 hour, and then 10 p.m. 36K. And then by 11 p.m. it seems to be going down. Okay. Did I follow the same structure on Facebook ads? Yes. I've been doing it for 3-4 years. So 9 a.m. I was spending 600. Overall on the day of Black Friday for this brand, 42K ad spend, 4.38 ROAS. And then you see it 600, 600, 700, 700. And then as the day evolves, I force the machine to spend a lot of money. So this hour that we made 7 p.m. 39K, 7 p.m. 4K in ad spend in 1 hour. And then the next hour, 8 p.m. 34K, 8 p.m. 4.4K in ad spend. And then I start to go down, meaning down, down, down in ad spend, because I already know that my wave is going down. So thanks to this and a lot of things, we managed to scale so much. Like here, I was scaling on the hour because it was Black Friday. So I started my budget push around here. So it was per hour, per hour, per hour, per hour, increase ad spend, increase, and then around here, start to go down in ad spend. Because I know that from 1 a.m., my sales are gonna be doing this in the US, boom, 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 boom. And then the next day at 8 a.m., it's gonna be like this. And then the next day, by 2 p.m., it's gonna go up. And then by 7 p.m., it's gonna go crazy. So I wanna capture this increase and push my budget there. Sounds like common sense, but then the question is, can we use this in evergreen, not only in one flash campaign in the year? And the answer is yes. So, first one, salary effect. Does it make sense that when people have their salary fresh in their bank account, they are willing to spend more money? Yeah, it makes sense. So we see it here, January 1st, we have this increase in revenue on Shopify. February 1st until the 4th, we've got this push. Beginning of March, we've got basically from the end of February, this push. Okay, all of this. So what I want to do is anticipate that these things are going to happen, and then this. So basically, if my sales are gonna do this, imagine my budget on Facebook ads should do this as well. The mistake would be that, to give you an example, imagine my sales are like this, boom, 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 and then beginning of the month is right here, and my sales start to increase. And when I push my Facebook budget, I don't push it right here, but I push it right here, and I'm like, wow, we're selling so much. Actually, the last 7 days were crazy. Let's push the budget. But then, after this point, it's maybe the 12th of the month, and people already spent their salary, And now my sales start to go down, but instead, here's when I was pushing budget. And then I'm like, man, I increased budget here, but then we're losing money. My conversion rate is going down because you're not following patterns. Another point is you want to go to Shopify and analyze your historical top day of the week and push budget there every single week. I do it for this brand and for my other clients. And basically in this case, what you can see is for this brand, we analyzed this and it was on Sunday. Okay. So every single Sunday, I want to push budget, usually at 3, 4 p.m. I've got it scheduled in my calendar. I've got like budget push every single Sunday. And then after that, I've got weekly planning. So you see it here, but you see it also here. You see it here, hourly ad spend, one ad account on Facebook. So every single Sunday, and you can see this is 2023, March 5th was on a Sunday, we pushed budget, push budget, push budget, push budget. March. And then, basically you see it here. I was going from 15K in ad spend all the way up to 19K in ad spend. So plus 4K from one day in 3 days. It's quite crazy, right? But it makes sense because then you see the graph, and every single Sunday we were having a peak of sales. Is it going to happen every single Sunday? Sometimes no. Sometimes something happens in the market and Sunday is not crazy, but it's worth following the waves in the market. The conclusion from here, be strategic with your budget. Basically, this is like day trading. You only want to spend a lot of money when you go together with the market and you surf that wave. You never want to go against the market, so you never want to push budget when you can anticipate that people are not going to buy. So this will be the conclusion. And by 2021, I don't know if somebody calls it the same way that I call it, but I started calling this strategy wave surfing. So I would use it for big flash campaigns. So during flash campaigns in the urgency phase, and then I would do it top day of the week, and then I would also use it for the salary and a few more things. But be intentional with your budget. And this is a screenshot from another member of the coaching. He's been in the Black Friday masterminds that I've done, also in the yearly program that I have. And we've done some one-on-ones also in other times. Really good friend of mine. He made a revenue record. This was summer sales. So usually intraday scaling on a weekly basis, when they had this big campaign, to scale to 600K in, I think this is 2 months, so 300K per month, and grow 144% year over year. Or I don't know if this is against previous period. Yeah, previous period. But basically you can see that he's going from 5K in revenue to 15K, then go down to 10, then go down to 7, then go all the way up to 17, 15, 14, back to low. So the thing is, without this wave surfing thing, is it possible to scale so much without taking a massive guess and a massive risk of, tomorrow we're going to spend 10K. It's a decision that I just made, not reacting to the market, not anticipating any trend. We're just going to push and spend 10K. Let's go. It's quite risky. And so usually the reason why I'm able to, or I'll give you an example, like on this Black Friday, do you think I woke up on the morning of Black Friday and I said, today is Black Friday, we're going to spend 40K? No, I had no idea. Last year we spent 20K. So I said, maybe this year 25, I don't know. Depends on the market. And I remember in this Black Friday mastermind when I was giving the, how do I go here? in this thing, when I was going over wave surfing, intraday scaling, and preparing Black Friday for everybody, I was telling them, I have no idea how much am I going to spend on Black Friday. I have no idea. It literally depends on the market, the reaction, the demand, and how quickly and how well I push my budget on certain campaigns at a certain moment and hour of the day, and how efficiently also I downscale to protect profit margins. Not an easy thing, but if you can do it, see, it's super worth it. Seriously. So how important is day trading? I'm gonna say, what am I gonna say? Okay, 6 out of 10, I would say. 6 out of 10 for evergreen, for brands spending less than 1K a day. If you're spending more than 1K a day, day trading is like 9 out of 10. Not every single day, as I said. Salary, top day of the week, flash campaigns, etc. Be intentional. It's still important if you're spending 400 per day, because you don't spend 400 flat. Sometimes you will spend 200, other days you'll spend 300, but I can tell you there are certain days where your ad account would allow you to spend 650, 100%. The question is, do you know which ones are those days? And when that day arrives, do you have the scaling infrastructure and the ad account structure and the creatives to support this level of ad spend? Because the market is going to be on the green. So the market is going to be on the positive of, hey, push the budget. We can take it. Push it. We have the salary. It's the top day of the week, etc. Give it. Bring it. Or like, can you detect that first? And if you can detect it, do you have the ad account structure, the scaling campaigns, the manual overbidding, the ad creatives to be able to do that? That would be the question. So that's it for today's video. I don't want to extend it anymore. Tomorrow I'm going to record part 2, which is going to be creative content loop, flash campaigns, and cold traffic funnels. And all of this is going to support the fact that you're able to scale with these 3 things on Facebook ads or not. So it's going to be a good one. Highly recommend you also watch that. This is just part 1. So tomorrow we cover all of this. It's going to be great. I'll see you there. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this one. For coaching related stuff, you've got information on the description. Don't send me an Instagram DM. And if you have any feedback on the video or any question, you can just put it in the comments. I reply to every single comment. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.